Hello, my lovely spectators. Dee Dee here with a video. Today I'm going to be working on nails. Not these, but actually these. So we're going to get into this because I do dabble in a lot of different things, but today's stuff is going to be about nails. And I'm doing this one to try some techniques out that I want to share with my bestie. And so she is actually the reason why I decided to make this as a video so that she will have a dedicated from me to her. But all of you can maybe use these techniques um, of different techniques to do on the nails. So she and I both love nail polish. We like to do our nails. I've gone a little bit extra. I'm getting into the extensions, the gel polishes, the polys, and all that. And I might be putting more videos on this channel in regards to that. She's a straight up regular polish kind of girl. So I want to see if these things will work with regular polish. So this is all going to be real time. Depending upon how long it really takes to do, then I will be maybe doing a voiceover. So we're going to see. Some of the nail things are going to be set up. So um, some of the tools I'm going to show you because I've given her some of these tools. And so therefore I want to show her how to use them as well. So the first thing I want to do, well, a lot of these, so let's talk about what I'm planning to do. I want to do some dotting tool, little how-tos, basic hearts and basic stars. So she has been gifted dotting tools, and I have mine here, which is the only thing I forgot to take out is my set of dotting tools. So let me grab that, right? So this is a dotting tools, basically implying what they say, dots at the end. And so what I need to do is I want to put a basic base coat on here. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to be using Orly nail polish. It's one of both of our favorite regular nail polish. These are not gel polishes. And I will share with you what this is called. And it is called Confetti. And it is Orly. Okay, so it is a nice creamy pink. So I'm gonna have to paint them as well as talking. So with this dotting tool, as I've been watching a ton of videos when it comes to doing nails, this might be a little too light, but I wanted something with a little more coverage, but that's okay. It's using it as a base. We'll do 2 coats. So I'm just gonna put a simple coat here for the base. I'm gonna come back around and do a second coat. So I'll put this down and show you what else I'm doing, and hopefully by the time I hit this up, we'll be ready for the next bunch of things. So I'm gonna do that. The other thing that I want to do, so let me close that up, is chrome. So I want to show her about chrome. So I have 2 sticks here because a lot of people are doing chrome on the internet that I've seen that has to do with gel. So some people say you use the sticky layer, some people say that you don't, and basically I haven't yet done it myself, but here I'm gonna go and we're gonna fail and we're gonna find out. I did try to research in terms of the chrome, if there was a way to do chrome without doing it with gel. And somebody has suggested using a rubberized kind of top coat. So that is why I have 2. I'm going to try one with just a regular old nail polish when it dries to rub some chrome. I'm doing the black base because usually that will help the chrome to stick out a lot better. So we're going to do those 2. And let me tell you what this one is called. This one is called liquid vinyl. Okay, and I do have a rubberized base from them, which is called the Bonder. So we will have to apply a coat of that as well. Let's see. The next thing that I want to do, let me go to these. These are going to be super quick. There's no technique here. I just wanted to give her samples of a matte top coat, and I'm gifting her matte top coat. And so I have 4 sticks. Why do I have the 4? Because I'm going to take a regular old polish with a regular finish. I'm going to do a top coat that is matte. I'm going to do one that's on a glittery. I'm going to do one that's on a shimmery. and I'm gonna do one that's on like a pearlized nail polish. So Orly has a matte top coat, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use this one as my basic regular color. This one is called De-Stressed Denim. So let's get that on the regular fingernail. And again, one thin little coat. I will go back around while we set up everything for the other things that I'll be doing here in this video. So we're gonna let that dry. That's one fingernail. The glittery one, I'm selecting this one. I'm calling this glittery because you can actually see like particles in there and feel the funk. And so there's a little separation because I have a ton of nail polish, so I have to kind of, you know, do some shaking, right? So I'm gonna shake it up like that. Make sure that it is well blended, and then go ow after the fact, right? So I'm gonna take that for the glitter. Here we go. We're gonna do the glitter. So I'm gonna take some glitter. Not a heavy coat, but I am gonna have to do a couple of layers. This one might need maybe 3, or maybe possible to just slap it onto 2 so that you can see the matte coat and how it affects glitter particles. So there we go. Okay, that's their glitter. Now, after that, let's do the pearl. The pearl is this one. It's brown. This is called, oh, did I tell you what the pink one was called? This one was called Feel the Funk. Feel the funk, feel the funk. I don't know if you can see it or not. I've got a lot of light on here so that the colors could kind of ring true. I'm hoping that you're able to see it because I don't have a separate monitor. I'm trying to do it from above. Anyway, but I'm reading them to you. So this is Good as Gold. Okay. And this is the pearlized version. So we're the pearlized nail polish. So we're going to go here and do this. Okay. And some of the colors that I've picked here is because she particularly loves these kind of colors. She is a person of color. She's Dominican, but she's a dark skin. And she loves these gold and brown tones. She's an aficionado of blue. And, you know, we always love the bling. So these are like kind of her colorways. So, you know, might as well do it to colors that she would find affinity to. Now, here we have another polish that is straight up needs to be mixed. I'm calling this a shimmer. It doesn't have as big particles in it as the other one did, so that there's like glitter is not in there. But imagine banging this out. So we have this tool that I saw someone using. I forgot where. I bought it from Amazon, and it's basically yeah, I know, right? So you will change the different heads. Let me actually bring this in so you can see it a little bit better. And this has different sizes because it's called a glue shaker. But like, who's gonna get this fancy glue shaker? You know what I'm saying? So people have marketed, that's what they call it, but they're marketing it for nail polish. And I'll show you what this is in a minute too. So you put the different heads on in here. These come off, right? You put them on nice and snug, and then you can snugly put this on the head, right? And so then what happens is, facing downwards, you turn it on, and look at that. Look at that. I didn't have to bang my hands. I didn't have to hurt myself. And our polish is nicely shaken, and we can now apply it. Boop. So what else this can do is that it has this little thing. And guess what? It's a fan. It's kind of loud. You can dry your nails. You can fan yourself if you're hot. You know, do whatever you want with this thing. But I thought it was cool. We both have hundreds of nail polish, so they sit around and, you know, and I still did this, right, like a dork. But anyway, so this to me has a little bit more of a shimmer. So I'm showing them next to each other because you may be like, girl, that's the same shit. But it's not. It has a little more. This is pearl. This to me is shimmer. So we're going to put a shimmer on. Okay. So, because the matte coat is going to take away any shine, and I just want her to see how it affects the overall look of the polish. So she doesn't have to second guess. Mind you, she may be like, girl, you could have just let me do it and I would have tried it out myself. But you know what? I think sometimes if you have something, you can just, take a look at it and it's cool. So I have this next one, which I'm going to use. This one I haven't done myself either, but I call it French stamp because I have seen people use, or they say that you can use this to do a French tip. It messes this up if you do it with too much pressure, I believe, because you can cut into depending upon how your nails, etc., etc. But I have so many of these from different subscription boxes that I'm like, it's fine. So I gave her one that she can try it out. And I could have changed it out, but this one's so little, it's not going to hurt me. So I'll tell you the color in a minute. So I need a base coat, and this is a light color. It's pretty much no, it's not really. It's more the classical Frenchy kind of light coat. So I'm gonna put that as the base. So we got the French one set up, and we will do a second coat. And then this one doesn't have it on the bottom, it has it on the side, and this one is called French Kiss. Now this is a mini, and Orly has these when they have some sets sometimes. I'm sorry if this is shaking because it's on a stand attached to the table. So yeah, so sorry. So the standard size of Orly, and then the little size from like little mini sets that they have on their website. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to be doing as well is to do a dipped marble. I need to get into this a little bit more. Let me try to move you just a little bit more because I'm losing space. Okay. Yeah, that's not working, so let's not mess with that. Let's just move this up. And so the dip marble is another thing that I saw. So I want to try it out in doing two different things. So I still want to put a base on here where you can pop and see the color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, it doesn't really have to kind of match. You know what? I'm going to just put this one on here so that it will have a nice light background. In terms of this. Now, some of these techniques, like I said, you may have seen them if you're watching this video and you're not my bestie and you're just one of my lovely spectators. But that's okay. You can watch through. Maybe you learn something, maybe you don't. Maybe you can teach me something that I didn't know because I'm not an expert. I'm not a pro. I actually am a teacher of mathematics in a high school with a bunch of teenagers. But I have a lot of hobbies and I have a lot of interest, and so that is partly why this channel is existing, because I do a lot of stuff. Excuse me. So I already said what this was. And with the marbling, I'm going to be using the Inexhaustible Charm, which is this one. I don't know how it's going to react. It's not about the reaction of the paint necessarily, but what I do with it. Opulent Obsession, and this one is called Sunkissed. Okay, so I'm going to use one or two of those for that. And then the last thing that I'm going to be doing is going to be an ombre using a sponge. Okay, and so we have these cosmetic sponges, right? These triangular ones. You can find a bunch of them in the dollar store, whatever the case is, Family Dollar. And you're going to be able to, people will cut them. I'm not going to cut it right away, but I'm going to use it, and I'm going to use this thing. And you're like, why? Well, if you are doing your nails and you do one side and you want to do the other side, guess what? You could potentially put your finger into this and mess up what you just done. So might as well train yourself to use it with this. And so with the ombre, we're going to use this sponge to create an ombre on the nail. And that ombre is going to be of two colors. One is called Ravenous. The other one is called Flower Power. Okay. So I think I think I'm going to do some of the ombre now and then go back around and put all the other base coats because I will need to do 2 coats of the ombre. So let's start with some techniques, or like the first technique. Okay, with the sponge and with your colors open, in order to do an ombre, what you have to do is you need to put a little bit of the paint on here in a striped fashion or the direction that you want for your ombre to be. So I think I'm going to try to do, I don't know. It's not a big tip. I didn't have those long, crazy tips and stuff like that. But I think I'm going to put the purpley, shiny, pearlescent one in the middle. And then I'm going to take the pinky one, put that on this side, right? And I kind of touched it a little bit, so I'm going to just hit it before I put it back on the pink. And I'm going to put some on this side, just because who knows what it's going to look like, but hopefully I'll get the ombre effect, and it's all about that. And then since I closely touched it, I'm going to wipe it off before I put it in so I don't contaminate anything. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your nail, right, in the direction that you want. Maybe you have to face it this way, whatever. And you're going to stamp. So I'm going to do it like this. And I'm going to stamp across the nail side to side. Side to side and slightly a little bit up and down, but not much. And you can see that there's an ombre that is created. So you've got that purple blending seamlessly into the pink on the top and the bottom. So we're going to leave that and come back to it for a second coat. And we're going to go now through everything quickly, or as quick as possible, to do a second coat. So let me go back to the dots. Now, I should have made another one because I could have also shown her how to do some flowers with the dotting tool, but yeah, I just thought of that now. So we're not going to worry too much. We're going to put our little, that should be enough. It's giving enough of a base for that to happen. We're also going to do another coat on the French so that could be drying well. And that's going to have, that has a little bit more of a pinkish hue. And at least to me it does. Maybe on camera. So that's going to dry. And then I'm also going to do those for, I did all those for the other one too, which was for the water marbling. And I do have water off to the side. I made it so I wouldn't have to run around trying to get a bunch of tools because I know this video could potentially be rather long. Okay, so that's done there. So we're going to let those dry up. We also have the 3 of these, which need to have a second coat. We've got the pearlescent one, the pearlized one, top coat. And let's do that second coat there. Okay, not too thick. I mean, they always tell you not too thick, right? Oh, I'm out of frame. I'm so sorry. Not too thick, even when you're doing gel polish, because you want it to cure. We want this to dry and not take forever. So I'm done with that. I want to do the, I messed up. I put the pearl, I put the shiny on top of the pearl. Let me see what happens when I switch it up. You know what? Accidents happen, and this is, you know, perfect example of this. So let's see. I think it actually might work out because the base is just giving me a little bit of depth to intensify or have the color. And this is not so much about what the color looks like or about what the finish looks like. So let's see. I think that's okay. I think it worked out, right? We have a pearl and we have a shimmery. So, oopsie daisy, but it all worked out. And then we have the glitter. Look for the G. And we're going to add a layer of the glitter. And I think once I put the one layer of the glitter, I'm going to, that's it, just do the one layer. The other thing that you can do, or some people have shown on videos, is you take glitter, and it works with this sponge, and you get the glitter to cover the sponge completely, and then you apply it, and then you get more intense glitter. and not so much the transparency. But I wasn't thinking about that, so that's another one that I could have done for her and for y'all. But okay, that's okay. This, ideas they be a flowing. All right, and let's do the bluish, this denim. I love this color, and I think I'm gonna love it even more myself when it's matte. And so let's got that. So that is down. Okay, and then the let's see, the chrome. Let's see. Now the chrome needs you to just rub on this. So I don't know if I need to put let's put another coat just because we want a good foundation. We don't want to have something look poo-poo and it's because we didn't do a proper foundation or prep. Okay, so just a little bit more for some more opacity there and stuff. And there we go. So, gotta do it. Oh, let's see how long this video is. It's 20 minutes so far. That is not so bad, I don't think, if you have some, several techniques that are being shown. I think there's a little flyaway lint on there. Okay. All right. It's not the best, but it'll do for our demo. And what else? So all those bases are drying. So let's come back to our ombre, and I think we'll be done with the ombre, right? So we have this sponge that we put colors on, and if we let it sit too long, it's going to harden, and that's when I meant you can cut this off to maximize the use of your sponges. I know I'm like all the way on the side. You can cut it off like if this hardens up. So you wouldn't automatically throw this sponge out because it does have at least, I think it would have at least 2 or 3 goes at it. So that's my opinion. All right, I'm going to put some pink again, okay, on the sponge in the 2 areas that I want pink, okay. And then just because I don't know if I touched it or not, and then we're going to take the purplish color and we're going to add that in the center. Okay. And the same thing, don't want to contaminate. All right, and I think, I don't know if we're going to have to do a 3rd round, but we shall see. So again, position, look at where your stamping is going, and then you're going to stamp on your nails, right? And you're going to go side to side and maybe a little up, a little down. And there we go. We've got this ombre, right? And with this, what I forgot to mention, and also you would need it for the marbling effect, you would need to apply latex. So when I talk about latex, if I'm going to stamp this on my nail over here, then what's going to happen is that I'm going to get it all over my fingers. So there is a product that's called liquid latex, and you put that on prior and it changes color, and you know that it's dry. You do your stamping, you do your shenanigans, you do your nail art, and then once you've done your nail art and you're done, you peel it off, and your finger has very minimal like incidents of nastiness and dirtiness and stuff like that. Because, when you have your nails done and you're doing your other hand, you're doing them yourself, you don't want to like contaminate, you don't want to get your other hand messed up. So all that good stuff. Okay, what can I do that's simple now? Let's see here. Oh, these stuck together. Let's go to the dotting. The simple one, before I go into anything very and very crazy. So these will be matted and these will be chromed. All right, so with the chrome one, let's see. It's dry enough to the touch, so I'm going to add that layer of rubberized base to this to see what happens to it. Okay. And just going to put a simple one little coat, nothing too heavy, so that could sit off and dry. Okay, to the side over here. So All right, let's talk about what we can do here with the dotting tools, okay? So I need a little palette. So a little palette like this, anything that you have. I'm going to take black because why not? And you just put a little, you know, not too much of black, okay? And so what I've learned and what I've seen, etc., on the YouTubes is, let's see, this is the stars. Well, let's try the heart. And again, I'm saying try because I'm doing this for the first time because I wanted to make her a video and all of you guys to watch along. So what I saw about the hearts was you put two dots next to each other, right? And then you just go down and connect them like that. See? Let's see if this will, right? Let's try another one. You go two dots, right? Go back in, get some more. And then you come down. Now, this is if you're doing it just with a dotting tool. Of course, it's not, it's a big ball, whatever, but you're getting the sense of a heart. Again, let's see. Oh, the sense of a heart. Let me try to do one this way. And if you had, if you wanted to switch devices for a little bit more of a structured heart, or maybe when your hand gets a little bit more steady, because again, like I said, this is my first time too. You can get better at doing your hearts. Now, hot mess over here. So let me just come off to the side. I'm just gonna wipe it with a piece of this because let's try one more time. So we're gonna show. Now again, practice makes perfect. So even though I had that little mishap, do not let that deter you from trying. If you want to try to do these things on your own nails, go to Amazon or even Temu. I mean, God, everybody's shopping on Temu. Watch, I'll be showing some videos. See, that came out much better, right? Practice makes perfect. And get yourself some of these. These are so mad cheap. I got like 600 of them for like, I don't know, $7 maybe. Anyway, so that's our first little technique for our hearts. And now we're going to do stars. And so the stars are very similar. And they're not the traditional like 5-pointed stars. They're these, when you put the little blob, is that the big one? Let me clean that off there. Oh no, the big one is here. Clean it off here. Put the dot there, and then you take, you probably should, let me wipe this off. Let's try this again. I think this one you may need a brush, but let's see if we can do it without having to get a brush. You have your little dot, which is the center of your star, and then you're supposed to be able to drag down. Yeah, you need to have a brush for this one. So, because I don't want to just be like oh my God, she doesn't have her tools. Let me go grab, it's right next to me. I'm going to grab a little brush. So, that's all right. See this? Like, that's cool. So I'm going to have, and you know what? I think Temu has some of these that, have like the double side. So we're going to put a dollop of paint. And then we're going to take the brush, even though I'm going to have some paint in here. And we're going to draw down. So you have to have a straight hand. Draw down. Draw up. Okay, this is not. I think it's drying too fast. Let's try one more time. Okay. Let's see if we can do it this way. Let's see. We draw down a line. Maybe this is not the right brush. It could be that this is not the right brush. I may have to cut this out, but I don't like editing. I like everything to be like live. And then in the comments, you can say, girl, you need to edit. Oh my God. Yeah, this is a fail. Maybe this one is not going to work when it comes to regular polish, because regular polish is drying, and this already you can see that it's building a skin on the top. So yeah, this is a fail, but the idea is simple. And that is take some polish, put a dot, and then from that dot, you take your brush, drag down, drag up, drag over to the side. So, okay, fail. So what we learned is for a regular polish, this is a fail, and it takes a little more effort because this is drying as we're speaking, and that's not helping us with the situation. So yeah, so let's just try to clean up the brush. I don't want it to get super hard. Okay, I'm just gonna get some acetone on that, so that's clean. And then I'll worry about the palette later. That's gonna come off easy. So bestie, this one doesn't work. But I'm trying, girl, I'm trying. So that was the first one done. And this is not the case. Let's go. That was the second one. This was the first one, right? And if we wanted to add a little bit more of another coat, we could. I don't think I am because this is just for demonstration, but you get the idea that you can have an ombre, you can do 3 colors, whatever the case is. So that's done and done. So let's do the top coats and let them dry. So let's set that up next. So like I said, they have their own top coat. And we're going to we're going to apply a layer of top coat on here. So it comes out looking shiny, and of course because it's wet. And then we're going to put it to the side and let that dry. And then this is the blue one, and it comes out looking shiny and wet. Nice. And then we're going to put it on the shimmer one, and it comes out again shiny and wet. So I'm putting that there. And on the pearlized one, so I need to change those letters because, you know, I goofed up. But anyway, all right. So that's for that. The next one I think that's the easiest to do is maybe the French stamping. So I'm gonna take my little stamper. Oh, this guy got stuck in there. You know what? He's gonna be for Frenching. Oh, he doesn't help me. Come on. Let's go. That doesn't work for that. All right. These nails. You think they would be helpful, right? Okay. Come on. Ooh la la. So this usually fits in there like that. It's a bouncy, silicone kind of surface, like my camera bouncing. And supposedly you want to add a tip, a French tip, that you can do that by putting a swatch of color, of paint, the color that your tip is going to be. So I'm going to try to French this one up. So if I were to be doing it on here, I would put that color and then I would put my nail tip into it and then press into it so that I could get a tip on there. So let's see if that actually works. So we have this. We're going to press into it here and press evenly into the color and then bring it out. So, I think that's a win. That, you know. Now on the back of the nail, it's a little sloppy. I think I might have gone too far in. So let's try that. Let's wipe just before it like solidifies, right? So I took the back off. Let's just stamp this guy over here, get the paint off of that. Let's try one more time. But I think that this works. You just gotta put it on the edge of the paint maybe and not into the paint. So again, if this were to be my finger, put it on the edge of the paint and then push in, and there we go. We have a deeper one. And if I miss the spot, I can go back in and grab some more. So I think that with practice, this is a pass. This is a good little technique, right? And there's not that much on the back here. So yeah, perfect. If your nails are much shorter, you can use the latex again to kind of protect the tip of your finger, right? You can put a swipe of latex right there and, you know, be good about get that good. So French stamp, I think, nice little quick once you get the hang of it. What are we up to now? So we have the ombre done. we've got our dotting tool done. The matte is coming along. It's still I think it's still drying. The marble, which is going to be a little bit more long to do. So let's talk about the chrome. We've got the chrome with the rubber and the chrome without the rubberized. Okay. So let's grab some chrome. So chrome powders usually come in like little containers like this, and it's sealed for your protection because this is so fine and so thin and so, oh my goodness, how do I even get this out with these nails? Ah, you see what I'm saying? You saw what happened? They're like puffed, but now it's open. Right? Look how thin and fine this is. Look at this. You see the sparkle? I don't know if you can see the sparkle on my finger. So what you're going to do is when you have your nail painted, your final coat is on there. You take a brush that they usually give you, it's like these old time eyeshadow brushes. I'm gonna take from the lid. Waste not, want not, right? Like this is like expensive stuff. I'm gonna take from the lid a bunch. I'm gonna put some powder on here, right? And then what you do is you just rub. So I need more. You're gonna rub into the nail. You just rub a dub. Now this is gonna also get all over your fingers, but it's like, how do you say? It's not gonna stay on your finger once you've painted over with the final coat. Now this doesn't seem to be working all that great that I could see. I don't know if it's the quality of the chrome that I have or what. But usually you rub, you puff, and then you have a shiny, chromy finish. It is giving it a little bit of a finish, but it's not really giving me, chrome. Like I'm not getting chrome from it, you know? Oh, here's a little bit better. But again, it still wipes off. All right, another learning process, right? Okay, so this one doesn't work. Doesn't work that good, right? Because then you want to put a top coat on here to seal in the powder, and then you can wipe away the rest of it. Okay. Now let's see if this rubberized base helps you out at all. So I'm gonna go back in here. I'm gonna go on here, and oh, look at that! I'm shook now because that is working. That is working. All right, look at that. That is much more working. Now I just blow away from there. Look at that. Right? I don't, look at that. This is like, it can give you your things a nice little chromy finish. That is awesome. I mean, it's not perfect, but it can change up your nails, the polishes, and give it a little something. Especially if you get like that iridescent one, and like say you have a matte or a regular nail polish, guess what? You can just add a little bit of this, and then you're going to need to put a top coat to seal it in. A clear top coat, and you will be good. Actually, why not? Because we're here, and that's all I have in front of me, put a matte top coat. I'm just going to put it on the one that didn't work that well, which is this one and stuff. Okay, look at that. So now I'm putting it on there because, you can see that when I put it on there with a matte, it's going to mattify, but at first it's shiny. So it does add something to the nail. So yeah, this is cool. Okay, I'm going to clean off my matte brush because I don't want to contaminate it. And let's see, speaking to matte, let's look at the ones that were matte. Okay, so look how it handles. You still kind of see something special about the glitters, but it has a dullness to it, which is because it's matte. So on the other side there's no matte, you can see. On this side it's matte. The blue, how it mattens it. Is matten the right way to say that? I don't know. This is the pearlescent one, and then this is the shimmer one. So it doesn't seem to do much to the shimmer. I don't know if adding a second coat is going to matter. So hey, why not? Let's add a second coat. But you know what? I'm going to add a second coat just to half of it. Like that half over here. So there we go. Just because. It's experimentation time. So it seems as if the matte does nicely with a plain polish, meaning a single color. But, and I see that I still have some powder everywhere that's coming up now with this. Should have done the chrome last. See how it brings it back? And now it's going to fade out again for that half and see if it's any madder than the other side. All right. Oh my goodness. This video is long. So the last thing we're going to work with is to do marbling. So I have some water, okay, and I have some water here. Now I have two. Why do I have two? Because I saw that somebody was doing marbling and they did it using hairspray. I don't have hairspray with me right now. So we're just having these two as a base, right? So this is going to be marble number 2, marble number 1. Okay, and why I say that. So with the marbling, let's do the one with the hairspray first. So this is what they did. They would take this, whoops, they would make a drop. Now, these are like really full. So, and you see what's happening there? It's covering the surface. And so that is what's going on now. So I'm going to try to spritz a little bit of alcohol and see what happens. So you see how it makes this like patterny, kind of breaks it down a little bit. So that's the marbling technique. So you would put latex all over your finger, right? Put latex to protect your finger, and then you would dip your finger in. So pretend that this is your finger. You're going to go in and then up, and look, you have a marbled effect. Now I didn't go in far enough to show to the all the way to the tip, but look at this. It's a nice effect, you know? And with the hairspray, it broke up a lot more than it did here. But that works. And if you wanted to try another kind of color, you would then have to just like clean this all up. And you can just clean this all up with like that really quick with a toothpick. What's this called? Q-tip. Girl, I'm tired. This video is long, but you know what? I don't know. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see what happens. All right, right. And then let's just try to add another color. Let's try something different though. Let's try a glitter one and see what happens. If that will make a difference. I need a drop there. Come on. Not really. This one is not dispersing at all. Let's try again. No. So obviously glitter nail polishes are not working for that. Let's try shimmer. What shimmer do I have here or something? Let's try a shimmer. A shimmer. Get a drop. And that's another one that's not really working. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, it's breaking up. Oh, okay. So maybe the other one would break up too. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Look at that. We got movement. We got movement. Oh, shoot. All right. That's interesting. Okay. So I'm going to try to see if I can get this to break up a little bit over here, because I want to take my finger and I want to go in and put my finger in and come up through the stuff. And there we go. We've added another layer of stuff. So that's your first marbling, where you break the surface and you have this beautiful design. The other marbling, I guess, is this that I was thinking. This is the traditional when I think about marbling, right? You got one color in, and then I'm gonna put another color in there, and then I'm gonna put another color inside the center of that, and then once that's done, what I want to do is I kind of want to go through it with a tool of some sort and create a design that I like. And then I'm going to aim my finger towards it. So let's say I want to get this little droppy drop here. I'm going to go in and bring it up. Look at that. Come on. There we go. So that's another way to marble, where you draw into the design. So that's it, guys. Oopsie. Just dropped my marbling. So you've got your marbling. Let's move this out the way. Got the marbling that I messed up by dropping it, but you saw it before. We got our French tippy tip. We've got our ombre. We've got our dotting attempts. We've got our chrome tries. And let's take another look at the matte. So it didn't really do, a second coat did a little bit more than on this side. So we got a matte. Again, yeah, a little bit more. A little bit more matte than that side. So a second coat will add to the mattifying. So there we go. This is my video of how to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things with your nails. If you hung around, thank you for doing so, because I know this was a very long video, and hopefully you will come back and check out some more stuff that I do. So yeah, I will see you on the next time. Subscribe, click like, click dislike, join me again, and I will see you when I see you.